I think when you look at just what the Bruins are doing here, it's ideally retaining a guy like Bertuzzi, and then that fourth line. It's something that, like with Foligno out of the picture, it opens the door. If you're the Bruins, you're incorporating young talent. Fourth line makes plenty of sense. Whether that's Beecher or Georgi Merkulov or Jakub Lauko, there's going to be opportunities there on that fourth line to inject faster skaters that are going to be hungry for minutes. So that, again, Hall for ideally Bertuzzi is the headliner there, but I still think there's other things in place that are worth mentioning there in terms of what the fallout from this trade could be.
Yeah, I wouldn't, as I said, I wouldn't expect a ton in return. I would mainly think the biggest thing is Bertuzzi, and Chris Johnson just tweeted.
CLNS Media's Bruins coverage is brought to you by FanDuel. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win.
After clearing some much-needed cap space, it would not be a surprise to see the Bruins take a run at re-signing pending UFA Tyler Bertuzzi before he hits the open market. That's not really a surprise. I think that's. I mean, if they feel secure enough to trade Hall, you have to think that Bertuzzi is close to done or near it. Like that. Just to me, that makes a lot of sense. Again, I don't know why you would let one go. But it's funny, there's been a lot of there's been a lot of rumors recently. People saying the Bruins are doing some big things. Is this the big thing? Because it doesn't feel like the big thing. Maybe we all got our expectations so high for what it could be. We've talked a lot about Hall potentially being expendable. We've talked Olmark, we've talked Grzelcyk, we've talked about a lot of guys. This doesn't feel like it'll be it. I just have a weird feeling this won't be it. And that's not insider info. That's just like a feel on the whole thing. But I'm curious to see what other moves will be made, because I know that the feeling around the NHL and around a lot of people is there's going to be a lot of movement at this draft. Maybe not in terms of moving in and out of the first round as teams want to, but I think there's going to be a lot of transactions. And I'm curious to see what else the Bruins have left in store. And I'm also curious. Frank Saravalli, full trade per sources to the Bruins rights to RFAs Ian Mitchell and Alec Regula. No salary retained by Boston. This represents a pure salary jump to clear $6 million off the Bruins books. So RFAs Ian Mitchell and Alec Regula. I don't know how much you know about them. I don't know a heck of a lot about these guys.
I want to say, I think Mitchell is a right shot. I want to say, yeah, Ian Mitchell's a right shot guy. So, I mean, that could be a potential guy. If you're looking at finding ways to sign cheaper guys, that could be, it's in the mix with Clifton most likely going. So, again, I'll probably have to do a little bit more digging in terms of these players and what they provide. But, again, you're acquiring probably two younger assets at two areas where there could be a lot of overhaul in terms of that defense. And again, it seems like it's a pure cap dump. So if moving Hall, who is a very good player, and Foligno, who remained to be seen if he was still going to be here, if you now then have the cap flexibility to re-sign a guy like Bertuzzi and you inject a little bit of new blood in the system and defensemen like Mitchell and Regula, seems to make a lot of sense for the Bruins.
You take it. I really thought the number one pick was coming back in this trade, Connor, but it's just,
Yeah, I know.
Don, gets fleeced on this. No, as you said, this is about clearing cap space, and they did it. $6 million off the books, opens the door for Bertuzzi, and then, as I said, you wonder what is next. Is there anything else that they want to? Is there more cap they want to clear? Do they want to move into the first round? I believe it was Emily Kaplan. I know Emily Kaplan had said something along the lines that teams were trying to move into the first round and really couldn't. And it feels like it's going to be a really hard first round to move into because the talent is so good. So I don't think there's much to do there. We were going to talk Ekman Larson. We were going to talk Krug, but it feels like this move for Taylor Hall took up most of this episode. If something big happens, we might jump on Bruins Ringside and do a YouTube video later. But this, I think this kind of covers it.
CLNS Media's Bruins coverage is brought to you by FanDuel. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win.